lovely people. It is a beautiful Saturday morning, and of course, you know definitely that your number one student and youth television show we have on TV will be definitely on Campus 360 Live. It is, and you are watching your number one campus television channel, that is Campus TV. Yes, this show brings you everything that you need to know, roving around youth, students, and young people. My name is Legit Emmanuel, Nana Brandon, and of course I do this with the lovely
Margaret Barden, and yes, you're welcome to another exciting edition right here at Natford University, and this is Campus 360 Live. Today we're going to take you through all the lineup that we have prepared for you and all the updates on trending news, and also to remind you that this platform has been created for you, a young entrepreneur out there. If you want to be part of this show, this is the platform for you to actually market and sell your products. But without wasting much time, we're going straight to our memory verse for the day. Then after, we go to the motivational message.
So as we always do, and today's section, we're just trying to give you some motivational quote, this time around from the Bible, as we always do. That is the memory verse of the day. We pick one verse from the Bible to, get you inspired and motivated, to get you going through whatever it is that you're going to through. And today we're taking it from 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 9. And the word of God says that people who want to get rich fall into temptation and a trap, and into many foolish and harmful desires that plunge men into ruin and destruction. Whoa.
Yes, that's very deep, and it's very true.
It is scary when you're reading it, you know.
It is true, because when you want to get so much rich and you are so desperate, when desperation comes in, you want to do anything to get what you want to get, and that's when you do a foolish thing or something that will actually lead you to something that you can't come back from. Because
I think it's not really about money. In fact, it could be any other thing
in life,
that you've set a target for yourself. You want to achieve that target, and so you have that desire to strive very hard and grab it. So you tend to do whatever it takes. Yes. They have a saying for that, whatever
I can do
something necessary, whatever means necessary. Yes, exactly.
I can do anything for anything, and when that statement comes in your mind, then that means you are leading to a path where it's very dangerous. Yes, you don't have to be so desperate. Yes, we need to make it in life. We need to be successful. We need to achieve our targets, but we need to put a plan to it. We need to have station that's okay. It's a gradual process. You have to start bit by bit. You don't have to look at what someone is doing and want to also run to catch up with the person. It might lead you to a distraction that you might not be able to come back. You might do a foolish thing, something that will hurt you for a lifetime. So we need to really check it. Yes, the Bible is actually cautioning us today that when we get so desperate, we might end up doing something foolish or something that will lead us to distraction. So we have to be careful as young people.
Yes, so again, the memory verse is taken from 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 9. And it says again that people who want to get rich fall into temptation and a trap, and into many foolish and harmful desires that plunge men into ruin and destruction. So today, yes, we know you set that target, you set that goal. Yeah, you have to go for it, but be cautious, because sometimes where you're trekking, it's really not
slippery.
Safe.
Yes,
it's very slippery.
It's very
slippery. Plunge into some deep hole. Be careful. This is the word of God. Now, let's go away from there to your motivational
Yes,
quote.
Today we are actually quoting Abraham Lincoln, and Abraham Lincoln says, "Those who deny freedoms to others deserve it not for themselves. Those who deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves." That is what Abraham Lincoln is telling us today.
Well, if you're blocking me of attaining a freedom, you don't deserve freedom.
Oh yes, if you don't want me to pass, you also don't have to pass. We all have to be behind. So yes, I think in life we have to allow each other. That's why you have to give a helping hand to someone, then you also get a helping hand from another person. So you don't have to always be restricted in your own self that, okay, yes, it's only me. We have to give a helping hand. We are each other's brother's keeper. So you have to allow someone to pass, so you can also pass to the next stage. That's what he's saying. Of course,
we know you've heard this countless times, but it's still happening in America today, and in fact, several parts of the world. We have this racial abuse going on over and over.
Black people and all the things
that started way back. They've been fighting like from 400 years ago. and they're still fighting. So this, I believe, it was in relation with black movement.
Yes.
Those days way back in America, and Abraham Lincoln, the then president, made this quote or statement that he has been quoted several times, and I believe the ways power. Just in case you do not know who Abraham Lincoln is, so Abraham Lincoln was born on 12th of February, that is 1809. Wow. 1809.
Oh yes, very old.
On a farm near Connecticut, or Kentucky I should say. Abraham had little schooling, but he did learn to read and write, and he was an avid reader. So he may have little schooling, but
yes, but he was very intellectual. He was very, very intellectual.
I know
that's
we don't
good.
like reading, but this should motivate you.
Yes,
you
to read.
to become the president of the land,
You need to read a book every day. Read a book.
Yes.
Read
so
a book.
In 1831, Abraham settled in New Salem, and he tried a variety of jobs. Now, Abraham Lincoln was the 16th president of the United States. He preserved the Union during the U.S. Civil War and brought about the emancipation of slaves. So he played, it may be a small role, but he played some role at least in trying to emancipate or the emancipation of black people or slaves, because that was what they were known back then.
Yes.
So that is our motivational quote for the day. And today I like our inquiry minds.
Oh yes, it's
it
really
gets you
interesting.
Oh
no, I don't think it's that hard. Okay, so
please,
today, guys.
You just see the answer right in
Excuse
there.
me.
I'm being honest. I didn't look. There was no way I would get that until I saw the answer.
Okay, guys. Today on Inquiry Minds, we're asking you: the more you cut me, the bigger I grow. What is it? Like, the more you cut me, the bigger I grow, the bigger I become. It's like the more you beat me, the more harder I become. The more you cut me, the bigger I grow. What am I? So just go on our social media platform at campus.tv on Instagram, at Campus TV on Facebook, and let us know what you think. The more you cut me, the bigger I grow. What am I?
At least, well, you can still be faking it wrong. I don't mind. I'm being 100 real right now. I didn't know. I had no idea what it was.
Okay, I knew, but please, we want to know what you think. The more you cut me, the bigger I become. We're going for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're still here on Campus Spaces Live. Stay with us.
At Knappsford University College, you are encouraged to reach your potential.
There is more to education than academics. Knappsford University opens your eyes to something that will change you forever.
Something that we get from school in here is the urgent desire to step out and make a great difference in the world.
Hello, welcome to Knappsford University College, the Royal University of Africa. This is the university affiliated to University of Ghana, Legon, and University for Development Studies. We welcome all students to our campuses because we carve a niche for ourselves. We call ourselves a family. We welcome you to our serene campuses in Accra and Kumasi. We welcome you to our counseling units, which will guide you, help you to take a decision as to what courses you want to take. We also welcome you to this family because we have a very perfect student-lecturer relationship, which would help students to learn better and feel comfortable all around campus. We welcome you to the Knappsford University College, the Royal University of Africa. Thank you.
Hello there, welcome back. You're still watching Campus 360 Live right here on Campus TV and also ATV and GNTV as well. Now we rippling right now. It's amazing. Yeah, I like it. I like that feel of it. If you just joined us, well, we nearly took off and left you behind. That's why I always tell you that when it is Saturday morning, you should keep your dial right here for amazing stuff like this. So do not worry, we're now getting started. We've done our inquiry minds, we've done our motivational quote from Abraham Lincoln, and also a memory verse of the day that cautions us about, our, thriving or our need to attain riches, because it sometimes gets very, very, very slippery.
Yes,
so
yes.
now we just plunging in right through to news updates, where we seek to take a look at some of the stories that are making trends both locally and internationally. And what do we have for our first story?
Okay, so with our news updates, we're going straight. It says, no church service should be held in classrooms when school reopens. GES caution. No church service should be held in classrooms when school reopens. GES caution us. So.
Well, I mean, it's a daily norm.
Yes, it's
in Ghana.
It's a usual.
Yeah, it's
every school is a church. After school is a church,
yeah.
And
especially in government schools.
Yes, and I think they feel like it builds the students spiritually. Because they come to use the class for prayer sessions.
It's not really, well, I mean, as I said, it's more or less like a norm that most classrooms are being used by some small churches.
Yes, it's a regular thing.
But the Director General of the Ghana Education Service is saying no.
Not
this
again.
Corona era, hell no, that is not happening. Because they believe that they're trying as much as possible to avoid the number of people that share a particular space, that is the classrooms. Because even now, the students are supposed to be in the classroom for only 4 hours. So it means 4 hours they have to go home or go back to their dormitories, and therefore churches are not allowed to use the classrooms. I'm wondering, what are they going to do? Are they also on break? I mean, now
everybody's on break now, so there are no
chance to open your church.
No, for 1 hour. You have the chance to open it for 1 hour. Yes, but it's not open, like fully open. You need some things available to be able to operate.
The space, because now that GES is saying don't use our classrooms, what are they going to do, the churches that use this?
They're going to find a new alternative, because you have to.
Yes,
hotels. I think some people are trooping into hotels now. They use the halls for church service, so I think that will be the better option.
But do you think it's the right way, though?
It is the right way. It is the right way, because now you don't know where the infection is going to come. I'm assuming after they close from school, they disinfect the whole place and they come to use the place. That means they have to come and do a double work again.
Extra cost.
Yes, that's extra cost. So I think it's a step in the right direction. With the situation we are in right now, that's the way to go.
Well, it seems the educational sector in this country is not playing at all, because first they said even guardians and parents are not supposed to visit their ward in schools.
Yes,
and now churches are not supposed to use their classrooms. What next?
Okay, Ghana to the world. Democrats observe George Floyd's memory with Kente. So apparently the memory, acknowledging the fact that a black guy has died in the hands of a policeman. They actually decided to use a white policeman, yes. So they actually decided to honor black with a black material, which happens to be a Kente fabric. So that's putting Ghana on another level, and I actually love that. I saw all of them in it. I was like, okay, this is pretty much amazing. It was so beautiful, with all of them with one sash of a Kente kneeling down and paying homage to him. It was so beautiful. So,
well, as you always know, or just in case you do not know, if you don't know this, I don't know which part of the world you're in, but in America, there have been a series of protests for more than 2 weeks now, just because of, or only because of the death of Floyd George, who was dead or killed, I should say murdered. Jesus, the video is just so gruesome. It's bad. Really not. It's an eyesore, if you ask me.
Yes.
In the hands of police. He was in police custody. This white policeman knelt on his neck. He complained several times, and close to 8 minutes he was still pinned on the floor by the knee of the policeman. And several people have been, protesting in linking it to the murder generally of black people in America and how police brutality is so, almost like a norm in America.
Yeah, but I actually read into the story very much, I think just recently. The guy wasn't a saint though.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He wasn't a saint, but the whole issue is the fact that they didn't allow him to meet trial, like finish his trial, and he died to the hands of.
This is the basic fundamental.
Yes, human rights. You need to see, even if you're so much of a criminal, you need to be heard, and that's the issue there.
I'm of the view that it doesn't really matter if there
he was
are
a criminal,
like what they say, human rights that the UN has established, that individual countries have their own constitutional, provisions that protect the rights of individuals.
Yes.
Forget about all that. As a human being, you have someone
it is our right,
pleading, begging. Jesus.
But there was another 10 also I saw. They said it's because it's getting to an election year. And whenever it's an election year in America, things like these happen.
But what's the motive?
Things like these happen because the opponents and other staffs are also trying to create a chaos in the system. So I think these reviews, I actually watched them a bit, and I think it's not, it's somehow tally in a bit.
Assuming this is true, you as a policeman, you're going to make yourself be used
a victim. Yes, you know what people can do for money? You have no idea. Do you know what people can do for money?
To jail, and who's going to spend the money?
Oh, you don't know what he has been promised. When I come to power, I'm releasing you from jail. Who knows?
America is not Ghana.
Excuse me?
No, we can't compare America to Ghana because you have political people, especially this.
It happens everywhere.
Country, what happened in the Ashanti region, where in court, people troop in the court to free fugitives that were in
but this was an American blog I saw.
To date, they have not been prosecuted again.
Yeah, it happens everywhere.
In Ghana, but somewhere else, they take some of these things very seriously.
It happens everywhere.
I'm sure it happens everywhere, just as every country has its own problem. But the rate at which it happens, I can say for a fact that it can be compared to what happened in Ghana. And also, America, I'm surprised that they still go on with this thing called racial abuse and all this injustice, especially against black people. It's absurd. It's crazy.
Yes, it is.
Because you are the same people who will claim that you are the epitome of democracy.
Oh yes, for that is not really good. It's bad that
and you
black people
impose democracy on every other person on this earth. Meanwhile, you your own self, look at what's happening.
Oh yes, that it's so bad that black people are not fully free in America, which is so sad.
It's like a lip service.
Yes, it's so sad. Yes, it's so sad. For that, they need to actually renew their laws and make sure black people have equal opportunities as every white person. That's even when you're climbing a bus, you're not really looked at in a certain way. There are some parts of America that people get that all the time, and they actually tweet about it. And I think all these things have to be renewed, and our personality, like individuals in America, like whites, we all have to come together. Like we have to renew our spirit and our mind, because it comes with personal mind and acceptance by individuals. So when the law backs it, it's going to be beautiful. It will make us have a good society and a good, world.
Well, so we had the Democrats observe George Floyd's memorial with the kente. Of course, they knelt down for almost 8 minutes just to pay tribute to the man who was, pinned down to the ground with a knee for almost 8 minutes as well. And of course, kente, we taking pride because it's from Ghana. In fact, it's amazing. I was happy when I saw it on the internet that, okay, of course. It
was beautiful. I actually shared it.
Heritage.
It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful, especially with the kente.
It was a mixed feeling. The next time I see kente, I want it to be when people are celebrating
Oh,
black
yes.
excellence with smiles and
Oh,
joy.
yes.
Not when they are mourning.
Mourning, yes.
I
Black
don't want to see that.
excellence.
But anyway, it's still good for Ghana.
Okay, they said internet shutdown in Sudan, the story behind the numbers and the statistics behind it.
Sure.
So apparently Sudan actually shut down all internet service during the lockdown situation, and people were actually found wandering because they didn't know how to communicate via other means to their families and friends and through other apps because everything was shut down.
What makes me think about this is the fact that oftentimes we say our country is so a certain way that we don't want it. We're suffering with this, we're suffering with that, we're having issues and problems with almost everything. Yeah, it is true, but you know, it is almost like same everywhere you go. And just imagine a country in this part of the world. Okay, let me take Ghana for instance. Just imagine Ghana as we have here, Ghana, and you don't have access to ordinary
Internet.
WhatsApp, talk of Instagram and Facebook. How are you going to fare? How do you picture the whole scenario? Just create an image in your head right now and ask yourself, how am I going to fare without WhatsApp?
Yes, but Sudan has a record of not really allowing internet service or other apps trooping into their country, because according to the numbers we have here, according to the Freedom House, Sudan freedom on the internet scores is as low as 25 on the scale of 0, and being at least 3 to 100 most free apps. Like it's so 0, like they don't have any freedom on internet. It's as low as 25% on the scale of 100. So Sudan is actually a country that they don't really allow apps and those kind of services to troop in.
All this is just to make sure they have control over
yes, they don't really allow it
out of the country in terms of information, because yeah, of course, it started from when they ousted their former leader Bashir, and in fact they blocked all social media platforms, including WhatsApp.
It's true. They've experienced that blocked for two consecutive times. Yes, yeah. That is them. It happened when they were about to do, I think, some major elections and some other few things. It's just to restrict the fact that they don't let information go out more often, and they don't let bad information come into their country as well.
Bad information. You can't say about bad information. Do you know what I think though? I think sometimes there are so many things that go wrong in your country that you try to prevent people from knowing about it, because you know that definitely if you should go out, we have crime against humanity, you know, we have war crimes and all of that, and international organizations will be on your neck if you're a country found culpable or corporate to such things. Yes, that is what Sudan have always wanted or tried to do as a country, and I believe it should stop. And it's remarkable how they just disregard all this stuff, this internet.
They don't actually consider
because
their
it
people.
gives them revenue, because it helps your economy.
They don't consider.
And they have the telecommunications to actually support their economy. GDP, 14% of it. That is a lot. Trust me, that is a lot.
And these are the network that the government actually blocked. He blocked all the social media network, that is Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, and Instagram on December 19. That's when he blocked everything. He doesn't want anything to
and in the
come
space
in.
of almost 1 month, it wasn't 1 month, it was close to 1 month. That's from 3rd June to somewhere July last year. That space alone cost the nation over 1.6 billion US dollars. And as a country, you don't see the need to prioritize all this and try to stop it, then you're joking. I think
they have a reason to why they are doing this.
Everybody has a reason, but
maybe they want to actually come up with their own apps or something like that. Because China did the same. China, have their several apps.
It's not about the apps. It's just about controlling the information
that goes out.
So it has nothing to do with Facebook or Instagram or WhatsApp, none of that.
Yes.
It's just them trying to avoid people from outside Sudan or even within Sudan know what's really going on.
And my worry about this situation is that when you have a business running, when maybe someone is in the country and is running a business on Instagram or Facebook, that means the whole shutdown destroys like everything for the person without any awareness or maybe any caution. Everything just goes off like that, like without anything.
They have surveillance, or the government has surveillance. When I say surveillance, they monitor what you do. So you're not even free. As in Ghana, you have everybody just have the
power to do everything.
Say whatever they want on, post whatever they want on social media. It's not like that in Sudan. You'll be in your house and you'll be just lifted, escorted to jail. That's if you're lucky to even go to trial in the first place. So this is what's happening in Sudan, and it makes me appreciate the fact that I think in Ghana the constitution, even though people disregard it, people don't use it often, we have so many inconsistencies in trying to,
You feel like you are very free, eh?
I feel like at least we are somewhere compared to some other people. And we shouldn't stop there. We should just
we have to improve because other countries are also doing more better things. So we have to grow as a nation. Yes.
I don't want to be in Sudan right now.
No, it's so bad. It's so bad. The situation there is bad. Like you are not free to use any internet service. Like you're restricted, like from everything. It's
25%
bad.
25% out of 100.
Yes, out of 100 is so
25.
bad.
That is how low.
0% on the scale.
To the internet, 25%.
Okay.
A quarter of it.
So moving on, we have SHS 3 students arrested for kidnapping in the central region. SHS students arrested for kidnapping in the central region.
What breaks my heart is the fact that 2 children, according to them initially, cost or they peg a price of 8,000 Ghana cedis for 2 kids.
Wow.
And when the police posed at one of them's mother and they were negotiating, they actually dropped the figure so low to 500 Ghana cedis.
Which is so bad. Like, it's so crazy.
I know what they did is wrong and everything. Yeah, before we get into that, now the question is, what really were they looking out for? Why did they do that in the first place? Because they were not asking for 1 billion Ghana cedis or 100 million Ghana cedis. 8,000, and they were willing to take 500 Ghana cedis. Why?
I think it's only them who can answer this, because I can't really answer this for them.
What are some of the reasons that will,
propel
a young
final year students to actually indulge in kidnapping at this time? This is serious. Like, what is it, the movies that we are watching, or what? Like, what could actually give you the confidence to actually kidnap someone, to take money?
I was just trying to think about it, to know some of the reasons why they possibly could do that. And I'm saying to myself, maybe because they were in dire need, maybe because
of what?
They're not really being taken care of by their wards. That is why they felt they have to do that. Even though that are not excuses. Yes, I know for sure they are not excuses, but they are legit concerns.
I think they don't have any excuse, because right now you're not paying for fees. It's free education. You're not buying food. I learned they are being fed in school as well.
Me? Are you trying to tell me that which school did you go?
They are being fed in school. Yes, so you get money to wait. So no, I'm just trying to say that the demand now, the demand now is not as much as our time that we had to pay for everything. So your mom actually, I know their parents have actually given them something. Are you trying to tell me that a mother will leave a child to go to school without anything?
Justify what you are saying. But you can't say because
I don't know.
From the broad perspective, that I don't know what's going on in their homes. This is what I'm thinking goes on in their homes. I'm trying to
establish a point that I don't think they have any tangible reason to do what they did. Because the pressure on parents have been leashed off, have been reduced massively.
Bespokenly to their parents.
Yes, but I think they don't have an excuse for what they have done. I don't know what actually made them do that, to demand for such an amount of money. I don't know what triggered it. Is it peer pressure? Is it the movies that we are watching? Is it the things that we are seeing that is actually getting them to be so curious to practice certain things that they are not supposed to practice? So I think teachers and wards, parents, they all need to come in and come to play on this. Like your children, your wards, what are they watching? Where are they going? Like, who are they engaging with? You don't even know who they're conversing with. Like a lot of things, we have to really be cautious nowadays. Parents and teachers have to be cautious of the children, where they're going, what they're doing, who they're conversing with. We need to really engage them at this time, because if an SHS 3 could practice kidnapping now, then it's worrying. It's going nowhere. It's really dangerous.
I really know that there's no justification whatsoever for such an act. Knowing very well that there are they are actually the person who is caught right now. I don't know if I should say fortunately or unfortunately. His name is Daniel Wallace, or Wallace. I don't know how to pronounce it. Wallace. Yeah. Daniel Wallace, and he's 80 years old. So there's no
so young. Like
it's going to jail.
It's so bad. Like 18.
That is first off. And the other two are on the run right now. But I know Ghana police definitely they'll find them. And what led to his arrest is actually very funny. As I stated on earlier on, we had a policewoman pose as one of the victims' mother. And do you know that one of the victims was actually this Daniel's nephew?
Look at this. So I feel they are just trying to be curious here. They want to practice what they've been saying. Or I don't know what is going on in their mind. So please, parents, we need to wake up. Like, you have to get involved in what your children are, who they are messing with, who they are dealing with, communicating with, and what they're doing. We need to be nosy a bit, get into it.
What parents and guardians can do. But the final thing relies on you, the young person out there. In fact, you hold the keys to your own destiny. Now you're in this deep-ish. It is you who is going to be thrown in jail. Your mom will be there, your dad will be there. In fact, every single family member will not enter the cell with you.
No.
You're going alone. That is
and that place is not funny.
Responsible that
it's
your
serious.
actions are to your own self. So you just have to think about it very carefully before you do anything else. About what I was saying. So this woman posed as the mother, and as I said, the initial ransom they were asking for was 8,000, but they were able to, minimize it to 500 Ghana cedis. So after they sent the money to him, they phoned MTN, that is
and tracked him,
blocked the number, and got him tracked, and they actually found him in Kisi, in the central region, and he was apprehended.
Look at this.
But a new twist though is that a family member there says that recently there have been a lot of kidnapping. No, crime in general in the area, and it's very worrying, and he hopes that the authorities there will, take a key look at the area carefully, because it seems it's breeding mafias. Yes, it's breeding. So that means that you as a young person, do you want to go to jail now? As young as you are, you need to take your decisions that you're making now serious. Don't feel like I'm in school, I'm having fun, because what you're doing today amounts to what you become. And whatever you do, don't think like, okay, I'm young now and I'm in school, I can do anything with my friends and my peers and I'll go scot-free. No, it might lead you somewhere that you might not like. As our scripture said today, don't take any decision that you would end up being foolish. So please be cautious. Without wasting my time, let's go for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we have active sports coming your way. Stay with us. Hello, welcome back. You're still watching Campus 360 Live right here on Campus TV, and you know that when I stand on my own 2 feet, it is time for sports. Active sports it is. So let me start off very quickly with the noble act of self-defense, that is boxing, and into the news of Manny Pacquiao. Yes, the former boxing champion is set to run for president in the year 2020. So it seems that the man is so passionate about governing his people. So from a senator's position, now he's aiming to be the president of the Filipinos. And it's a very exciting news to the boxing fraternity because he has been a really good senator in his back home country. And hopefully, wish him well though. He will be able to take the nod as the president of Philippines come the year 2020. Now moving away from that to let's look at what's happening here in Ghana and into the camp of Asante Kotoko. Yes, the Porcupine Warriors, because they have been handed a 1-year transfer ban. And this is not coming from the Ghana Football Association, neither FIFA or CAF. This is by Menchia Palace. Osei Tutu, in fact, the royal man himself, Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, he has stated that, or according to reports, this is to enable the club correct some inconsistencies in the club, because since the now managing director of the club, Kwame Cheybones, or Mr. Cheybones, who assumed position, there have been a total of 60 transfer going on within the club. That is from the year 2016 till date. 60. That is approximately like 20 players per season. It is crazy. And within this same time frame, there have been a total of 7 coaches that have been in and out of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. That is actually destabilizing the club and not propelling it to attain the height and the level that a club like Kumasi Asante Kotoko should be. And for this reason, Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, Menchia Palace, is actually placing the transfer ban on the club. It is a very rare, thing for the man to do, because he doesn't really involve himself so much into the affairs of the football club, even though he's the life patron of the club. But now it seems that it is very necessary, and I'm not surprised. Kumasi Asante Kotoko needs to be back on its feet again as one of the best clubs in Africa. Now moving away from that, let's look at what's happening still in the world of football, and still in Ghana. We have StarTimes, who their PR manager has refuted claims that they are pressuring the Ghana Football Association to resume the 2019-2020 season. Now, before the president, His Excellency Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, addressed the nation on the 31st of May 2020, the FA actually submitted a letter to the government of Ghana pleading that the league resume, but it seems that was not heard by the government, because further social gathering and sporting activities were actually banned until 31st of July. So hopefully by 31st the league will resume, because then they would have lifted all the strict restrictions on social gathering and sporting activities. But if that is not done, the league will still not be played, and perhaps maybe it will be cancelled in total. That is what StarTimes have reported, to saying that they did not mastermind the FA's letter to the government. They have not been pressuring the Ghana Football Association to resume the league, even though they would love for the league to return. And they said this because they are, of course, the coverage right, the TV right, they hold it to the Ghana Premier League, and they hope to see the league return, but they are not pressuring anyone to do anything. And this is where we draw the curtains on Active Sports today. I am Legit Emmanuel. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more.
Welcome back from that break. If you just tuned in, you're still watching Campus 360 live right here at Natford University College. You've not really missed much. You've missed a bit of stuff, but oh yes, you're still on time. And we're moving straight to our entrepreneurship segment. Today, we are actually talking about how to write a business plan to start your own business. How to write a business plan to start your own business.
I think before we show you the video, it's actually a video I want to show you. Let's show them the video. When we come back, we tell them how important it is to have a business plan.
It's something that most people skip.
Because it demands a lot, but actually helps you.
It's too detailed.
You skipped it. I know she skipped it.
I feel some of the things don't make sense, but it is important. Please,
someone took the time to actually come out with a thesis.
It's actually huge. Let's go watch the video.
We'll be right back.
If you're thinking of starting a business, you should know how to write a business plan. It is usually observed that despite having a great startup idea, most businesses are not successful. According to common statistics, within the first 5 years of operation, 90% of businesses fail, and of the remaining 10%, only 1 out of 10 businesses last past the first 5 years. So what makes some businesses fail while others prosper? There may be several reasons, including but not limited to poor customer service, poor logistics and cost management, and inadequate product. But the major reason is the lack of a business plan. Business plans help define goals and achieve them. If you take out time to set concrete but achievable goals and chart a plan to success, it can help you realize your dream and make your business flourish. I have compiled an all-inclusive list of areas that need to be considered while writing a business plan. These will help you in defining your goals and the path your business needs to take to achieve them. Step 1. Define your vision. When you start a business, you have a clear goal in mind. You know exactly what you wish to achieve with your business. However, after some time, the clarity of your vision will become blurred, and you'll forget some of your brilliant ideas. Writing down your vision for the company will help you to define it, and moreover, it will help your staff identify with the mission. All daily activities of the business can then be aligned with your vision for the business. This should be the first step of writing a business plan. Step 2. Set your goals and objectives for the business. Never assume that your goals need to be small to accommodate your limitations. Think big. Clearly define your short-term goals, the ones that you wish to achieve within 12 months, mid-term goals, those that will take between 2 to 3 years, and long-term goals. Consider all aspects such as the revenue you wish to generate, number of outlets you want, the number of customers you need in your database, the target population, and age groups, as well as the amount of passive income that needs to be generated in future. Step 3. Define your unique selling proposition. What is it about you that is different from the crowd? Your unique selling point, or USP, will make you more attractive to potential customers. How is your product or service different from others in the market? It could be anything from additional services to personalized customer service. You can even offer them better after-sales warranty and support. While writing a business plan, you just need to highlight the extras that your customers are getting from you to make your business stand out. Step 4. Know your market. It often happens that you have a brilliant idea, but someone else has already started a business with a similar plan. This is a very common occurrence, but you should not let this stop you. How many petrol stations are there? Several businesses can provide the same service and still survive, as the marketplace is huge and it can sustain multiple businesses. But for this, you should know your market like the back of your hand. Research and find out how many competitors you have, what services they offer, what are the current and future trends of the industry. Know the larger picture. Are there certain benchmarks that can be used to gauge your business performance, such as gross turnover, profit margins, etc.? Once you know the inner workings of the market, you can manipulate them in your favor. This is an important part of learning how to write a business plan. Step 5. Know your customer. This goes without saying. Customers are the most important part of any business, and you should know the customers your business caters to. Today, customers are spoiled for choice, and they have thousands of options for every product. So, if you want them to buy your product, you should know what your ideal customer wants. This is the reason why you need to define your target populations and research their habits while writing a business plan. Understanding the motivation behind customers' actions can make your business successful. You can focus on the areas that grab your customers' interests and stop wasting energy on the rest. Put yourself in their shoes and then think what would make them choose you each time. Write down the ideas and implement them. Step 6. Research the demand for your business. You must have studied the demand and supply curve. Even if you haven't, it stands to logic that there should be ample demand for your product. Find out the demand before investing in a new business. The basic rule is demand should be more than supply. If this holds true for your market, your business will thrive. But if the demand is less than the supply, your business will eventually die out. So do your homework and gather as much information as you can. You can do a secondary search right from your home over the internet or your public library. You can even visit government offices for this information. But by far, the best option is primary research, where you directly interact with your target audience to know their preferences and how ready they are to buy your product. So hit the road and note down all the interesting ideas you get to increase the demand. Be smart and invest your life savings only after ascertaining that there is a demand for your product. Step 7. Set your marketing goals. So you have finished the research and defined your business vision. The next step in writing a business plan is setting up marketing goals. These are those goals that define how your product would look like, what it will cost, how you'll distribute it, and the ways in which you can promote it. Most businesses do plan this, but they neglect the most important areas. You should set up measurable marketing goals that will help achieve your primary business objectives. Questions like the number of products you'll sell, what will be your product development strategy, your price margins, delivery methods, and promotion plan should be duly considered. When you ask yourself these questions, they will help define the goals for marketing your business. Step 8. Define your marketing strategy. Now that you have your marketing goals, you need a plan to achieve them. How many products you need to produce and sell, and at what profit margin so as to get your desired revenue. What will be your system of delivery and your coverage area? What will be the strategies to promote your business? The media that you will use? Be very specific, as these will translate to action and your ultimate success or failure. Plan for every eventuality while writing a business plan. This is a very vital step of writing a business plan, so acquaint yourself with it so that you can easily navigate through each point. Step 9. Take action. And of course, without action, all else is a waste. This is the most important part of writing a business plan. You can plan all you want, but unless you do the actual work and bring customers to your storefront, you won't earn anything. Even if you find that according to the business plan, your idea isn't viable, don't give up. There are thousands of other ideas out there, and you can ultimately find one that suits you. If you wish to be wealthy, healthy, and happy, there is a business waiting for you to grab it. Your business plan will provide the direction and focus, but you will need to take the first step. Writing a business plan isn't difficult if you know what you should focus on. You now have an idea of what is important and how you should tackle the task of writing a business plan. And you are now better equipped to start a successful business. Start your research today. Jot down all those brilliant ideas, set your goals, define a path, and don't let anyone stop you. Now you know how to write a business plan, and the mantra for success is in your hands. Make the best of it.
Welcome back from that video, and you saw it for yourself. That is how to actually make a business plan for yourself. As a young person starting a business, which is so important, you need to know how to draw a plan for your business. And I hope you've learned something today.
You should learn something from it today, because it actually helps you. It doesn't only propel you to set up the business, it also gives you some form of guidelines as a young entrepreneur to know some of the ways you maneuver in terms of the challenges that you face as a business person or an entrepreneur moving forward. So I believe that, there are some people who professionally, they have taken it upon themselves to draw a business plan for people.
Yes.
But the problem is, it really costs.
It does cost.
It costs a lot.
Business plan is so huge that the first day I saw a business plan, I was like, really, am I going to write all these? Like, I actually paused a while, because I felt it was too detailed. And,
yeah, it is
and it's
too
the
detailed.
criteria,
That is true.
especially if you need it when you want someone to invest in your business. That is the only thing that the person will ask for.
Yeah.
So it's something you can't skip as a young entrepreneur. You need to actually have a business plan to your business, to your idea, so that people know where you're going to get to, and how the way forward for your business is going to contain all that. And that is the way forward for you.
It is true. And I mean, talking about it being very detailed, yeah, we know business plans are very detailed, but there are some aspects or way that you can have a business plan not so detailed, like the 50, 60 pages. Then we have the executive summary that says to summarize some of the things that will have been, further elaborated on the real or the full business plan. So you can have the executive summary that contains about, I think, from 12 to 15 to 18 pages. So that is a bit, minimized. Yes, and I know this because I learned it in school, though. I don't draw business plans. But anyways, if you believe that even after watching the video, you can't do it yourself, there's no harm in trying to outsource it to someone. Look for someone you can trust and someone who can help you.
It's someone's business. So
that's if you have the money.
If you really need a business man, just call someone. If you feel like you can't have all the time to sit down and draft all that, because for me personally, I felt it was so huge. Like when I saw it, I actually
didn't do it yourself, so I don't want us to go there.
So you just have to get someone professionally to draw the plan for you, because you will need it in the future when someone wants to invest in your business. That's the only way you can get money from outside into your business. So
possible investors, that is what they'll look out for.
Yes.
So that is our entrepreneurship segment video for today. And but let me take this opportunity to remind you that because Campus Television actually cares for you, the young people out there, and especially young entrepreneurs in these trying times, the era of COVID-19, the coronavirus pandemic, we are trying to help you guys. How are we doing so? It's simple, just giving you the opportunity, opening our doors very widely for you to just come and sit right here with me or Margaret.
Business.
And I know you choose Margaret because she's a lady, but I don't mind.
Oh, really?
The ladies also choose me because I'm a guy. Just come and sit down and tell us about your business and
Let's
how
sell your business
you go about your stuff. Promote your business, promote your market, your business, so that people will get to know about it. And smile, because when you're smiling, you're smiling as well. So it is simple. If you want to be featured here, all you have to do is DM us on our social media platforms, either Facebook, that is Campus TV GH, on Instagram too, it is campus.tv, and on Twitter, it is Campus TV _GH. Alternatively, you can also message us via WhatsApp platforms that you see on your screen, or call after this segment or the show is over.
Okay, so we're moving straight to Infotech, and when the COVID came, we were hit with the fact that we were not really prepared. We were hit with the fact that we have to do distance learning.
It's not as though we were not really, we just weren't prepared.
And we didn't know it's going to come, but instantly we all had to go online to learn and study. So today we're actually discussing how online distance learning can actually grow, and how the way forward from COVID. Are we going to continue keeping it up, or we're going to just move away from it and wait for another pandemic to come for us to go back to it, or we are keeping it forever?
So joining Margaret Bardin discussed that, of course, it is a tech man himself, Kwabena Danso, aka Campus TV very own King Plot Miss. It is the L, not the R. Yes, and stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Welcome back. We're still here on Campus 360 Live, and if you just tuned in, you are right on time, because right now we are going into the tech world, and I have right here with me the man of tech, and today we're talking about edutech. Do you know what edutech is? Okay, we're getting into it straight ahead shortly. You're welcome, Kwabena.
Thank you, Margaret.
Okay.
You're looking amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yes, and on that, today my hair and my makeup was done by LJ Bridal. Please, you can get in touch with LJ Bridal going on Instagram and just type in LJ, and she will hook you up with a lovely makeup for you for all occasion, your wedding, your party, and any other thing that you're doing. So just hit her up. Okay, so Kwabena, what do you have for us today? What is edutech?
So, as scientists are battling COVID-19, they are trying to find cures and solutions for COVID-19. Life still must go on,
Yes, yes.
You see, that's why technology companies are finding ways to bring out innovations so that people can virtually meet.
Okay.
You get it? So one of the hardest hit sectors is education. Education has really been hard hit.
Yes,
Now we are not going to school. We all have to be home, learning from home and all those things. So according to statistics, about 1 billion people across the globe has been affected due to this pandemic. That is learners, students, people who come together to learn. So today we want to look at education technology or remote learning in the midst of a pandemic.
Okay, so this remote learning actually hit us impromptu.
Yes.
And right now we are adjusting to the situation whereby we have to all go online and study. So what is your take on that? What is remote learning, its importance and its effect on us?
Okay, so most importantly, remote learning has been already there. It is already in the system, but most of the time we felt lazy adapting to it because we come out with a lot of excuses. So actually, COVID-19 has forced that to start using it.
Into it, yes.
You get it? Because according to statistics, lots of people, penetration in Ghana is not that good.
Oh.
Internet penetration in Ghana,
That's very
per
true.
my research, I found out something very, very interesting. The research says that about 14.76 million internet users in Ghana were active as of January 2020. The number of internet users increased by 1 million, that is 7.5%, between 2019 and 2020.
Wow.
But I look at the statistics, it might sound impressive, but the overall penetration is about 48%.
Amazing.
Yes,
Why?
and I look at the research did not capture students. So I look at, before you can even use the internet, okay, you need to get a smartphone, you need to get data, you need to have a stable internet network. So, and I asked myself, how many people can afford that?
And we don't have a stable internet network here.
Very terrible.
You'll be doing something and to be cut, and even just WhatsApp, you'll be having challenges.
Yeah.
YouTube, the same thing. So I think we have a challenge on
I've been
internet.
hearing some networks, saying gigabits, advertising
4Gs
themselves
and all
as
that.
fixed 4G LTE, gigabit and all that. But actually the experience in practice is nowhere near gigabit speed or 4G LTE
That's
speed.
true. That's
So you
true.
see, it's interesting that remote learning has got to do with artificial intelligence, AR, virtual realities and the likes. But it's unfortunate that in Ghana, our internet penetration is not even good.
Wow.
So these were some of the major challenges why people were not even adopting
to
to it, whilst COVID-19 hadn't come. But COVID-19, forced everyone to start using, there's
you have no option.
Yes. So there was a boost in Zoom and Google Classroom. People started using these platforms.
Yes.
You see, so going on some disadvantages, however, I know that EdTech has a lot of advantages. Imagining being in your house, trying to answer exam questions. Legit was saying that he liked answering questions.
In his house, yes.
He liked answering questions. He doesn't like pressure,
Okay, and you think that's an advantage for?
Yes, that's an
being
advantage of EdTech. But we are looking at Ghana, our situation, our unique situation. We are all forced to use this platform because of a pandemic.
So what is the advantage to this?
The advantage to it is that, because it is a software, they are systems. Sometimes you study, it gives the teachers and the student tools for even the teachers to know which part the students are not understanding. What topics that are being treated that the students do not understand.
Okay.
That is some of the advantages of EdTech, and it makes you learn at your own pace. It is so interesting. Actually, there are some schools actually who have really leveraged on this EdTech, and they are doing amazing things.
Amazing. So don't you think that's because you are on your own free will, it will also compel people not to actually study at all? Because you're home, there's no pressure on you. You have time, you can watch TV and go back to it any time that you like. So doesn't it have a disadvantage to it, or to the fact that it will delay some of the students in the fact that the pace at which they will learn?
Yes, that's very true. For instance, I am a student, and I was involved in online studies. it has been so hectic. Sometimes you come online, the lectures are not even there.
Okay.
We are about to have our exam soon, okay, and some levels have already started, and they are complaining that sometimes the network, something
it's not
comes.
good, yes.
It's a whole lot of challenge, but I believe what we should be doing is that after this COVID-19 season, there should be institutionalized frameworks to control this edtech properly.
Okay,
you
so
know,
when
because
you say
there isn't a defined framework for which this thing works on.
Okay, so when
it's in a rush.
When you say a framework, what do you mean by a framework? Is it like something that is going to stick to the internet situation, or
Yes.
what is it?
Good question. So what it means is that the government should lay down procedures, rules and laws that governs e-learning.
Okay.
Policymakers should come in and make policies that will help facilitate and incorporate the edtech and the remote learning into our educational system. Because you see, now that COVID season is in, people are not able to, it's not part of our educational system. So even there are lecturers who cannot, there are some students who are not even privy. They can't even use the internet to do certain basic things. So I think that if it is incorporated in our system, if they are laid down policies, educational policies as to how these things are supposed to work, it will really help. It will really help. Because I looking at what other people are doing with educational technology, like virtual reality, augmented reality, it's amazing. So I think that as a country, we can do a lot. We can do a lot.
So the thing is, the main problem that we have with our edtech platform is internet.
Yes,
right?
one of the
main problem. I
one
think
of
that's
the basic,
the main problem.
yeah.
So our first call is for us to have a smooth internet access. For
Smooth
everyone.
internet access.
So, because if we want to really practice distance or remote learning, that means I have to have a clear or a smooth internet space
Yes.
to go
Yes.
through all the sections
Yes.
or the lessons for the day,
Yeah.
which we don't have a system like that.
Exactly.
But outside, they do have a system like that. And
And
that is
a lot of people
our
have been
challenges.
cut off. People in the villages, people
Yes,
people
it
in
doesn't really
places.
go
I
that
mean, if you
far.
don't have a phone,
And even
a
it
smartphone.
starts from the light and all that. So
Yeah.
if it doesn't really go that far, that means we have to stick to that. That is the basic amenity. We need to have a platform to really see to a smooth internet access
Exactly,
to everyone.
exactly.
Okay, so moving forward, what do you think are some of the measures that the government can put in place, like wrapping up on this whole thing?
Yeah.
After the pandemic, where we are seeing ourselves, do you think it's still going to be part of us? Do you think we are moving and we are going to stick to it, or we will come back to our old life and go back when we have a situation like this that calls for an immediate action like this?
I think COVID-19 has taught us a lesson, so we are definitely not going to be relaxed. Actually, I believe strongly that the government will put in, measures that will help regulate the entire e-learning ecosystem. Okay, because WhatsApp and stuff like that, they are not really regulated properly. Everything was done in a rush, so it is you can't rate students properly on some of these virtual online platforms because there isn't any framework for which it works. That's what I think.
So what we need is the framework.
Yes, what we need, policymakers bringing solutions to control these things.
Okay, thank you very much, Kobna.
Yeah.
So you heard it all. We need a framework done. We need something that will actually guide the e-learning situation in Ghana, because it looks like we are in that era now. We are in the tech world and it's part of us now. We can't run away from it. And when we go back, it will be a chaos. So we have to really find ways and measures to adapt to this new situation and create a platform which will make and give us a suitable platform to learn online and remotely. So that's all for Infotech for today. We'll be right back with more. Stay with us.
All right, so welcome back. You're still watching Campus 360 Live right here on this amazing channel. And let me remind you that in case you just want to get interactive with us, you can do that on our social media platforms. On Facebook, it is Campus TV GH. On Instagram, it is campus.tv. And on Twitter, it is Campus TV _GH. And you heard it for yourself when
Yes,
Margaret Barden was chit-chatting with Campus TV's very own Ken plot-based.
Oh,
Remember
yes.
that.
I think it's a laudable idea that
the framework
after all
should
these
work.
things, yes, we have to actually have institutions which are going to really handle online stuff. It has to be part of us from now. You know, in Europe, it's part of them already.
Yeah.
But here is not really part of us.
Still, we're catching up gradually.
We're catching up. So now that we have been hit with a situation like this, that we had to run to this situation or this era, we have to keep it up. We have to hold it and better it so that someday we might not find ourselves wanting again. I think that's the way forward for us as a nation.
Definitely, but one thing too is some schools are already, doing that. Some schools have a framework, especially created for online learning. I mean, we have several schools, but some of the schools too are now being
Actually
initiated through that
it.
process. And I'll mention the Ghana Institute of Journalism being one of such schools, but the likes of the SHS,
they are pros already.
The University of Ghana. I mean, I don't know about the University of Winneba. I don't know about that.
I don't know about Tech as well.
I don't know about Tech as well. I think Tech do have a platform that they learn and write exams, but I don't know if it's for just that faculty or the entire school.
Okay. Yeah. So I think now it's a system that we need to run to. Every institution needs to have a system for online learning, like prepared already.
Yeah. Well, I'm sick and tired of sitting in the examination hall with invigilators, intimidating me. I just want to sit in the comfort of my home and write my exams. I mean, I like it that way.
That's not bad as well, but
yeah.
But the platform has to be created now. The chance is there. We all know what effects of these COVID has done to us. So let's just get the platform created.
Let's just get that for all of us. And what you should get for yourself, and not all of us, is your health.
Yes.
Because health is wealth. You know, and I know, you've been hearing this over and over again, but the truth of the matter is that is true. It is real. It is real. If you play with your health, you will not like where you'll be, lying in a few couple of days or weeks or months. So we have a special lady. I like her. Miss
really?
Rashidat.
Are you listening?
What are you talking about? I like the look. The segment talks about health. Health is wealth.
You like her? Okay, let me pause here.
Jeez. You're trying to be ambiguous. I'm not trying to be ambiguous. This is not a big statement. I like the segment.
It's not a bad statement if you like
because
her.
it's health.
Yes, you have to like health. So let's move on.
Yeah, moving on. Now she will come in with this time around. She's trying to give you some, trending stories in and around health in general. So this time she's not coming to give you a particular topic. She just wants to brief you
generally how you're going to keep safe, how you're keeping your body, how everything. There was a quote I saw somewhere. It says invest in the gym to invest your money in the gym to avoid being on the sick bed. That means you should
the last time you went to a gym?
Oh, I don't go to the gym.
When the last time you went for joggings?
Oh, all the time. I do it in my home, in my room. Make sure
if I don't joggings in your room.
Yes, I can just get up and just jog for 1 hour. Just to get some heat in me.
Right
oh, I do jog a lot in my room, and also I do sit-ups. Normal, just to get some heat up in my system. That's the way I can.
That's a lie. Anytime a lady would do sit-ups, she's just looking for hips. It is what it is.
It's part of the criteria. So that is the way I want to keep fit. So how do you want to keep fit? I don't know, but in your home, you can also DM us on our social media platform how you like to keep fit in your home. But health is coming your way, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Alright, you're welcome to Health Watch right here on Campus 360 Live. Of course, my name is Nuruddin Rashidat, your host for this segment. Today we're going to take a look at some trending news from the world of health. And now to our first story. COVID-19 patient gives birth at Elwak Isolation and Treatment Center. A woman who was tested positive for coronavirus has successfully delivered a baby through cesarean section whilst receiving treatment at the Elwak Isolation Center. And of course, this is the second of its form, as previously we recorded same case at the Western region. Major Anthony Morrow, a nursing officer in charge of the facility, he stated that the baby and mother are doing perfectly fine and would be discharged at the appropriate time. Now to our second story, we have stigmatization of COVID patients undermining fight. And this is coming from the Ashanti Regional Minister. He made the statement during the launching of the anti-stigmatization campaign in Kumasi and emphasized on the need to desist from all this myth and negative attitude towards people with COVID-19. Moving down, we have Ghana elected to serve on WHO Executive Board. The Minister for Health, that is Honorable Kweku Ajimai Manu, has been elected to serve a 3-year term with WHO based on technically qualified members. And the main aim of this board is to basically implement the decisions and policies of the Health Assembly, advise and generally facilitate its work. And now to our last and final story. About over 10,000 students and tutors have been tested positive in Israel after school resumption. Very interesting. Now that brings us to today's question. Now that the President of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has eased restriction and allowed for final year students to resume school, will Ghana record same situation as Israel? Well, you can keep in with your comments and concerns via our social media handles, that is Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. And of course, still in the fight against the novel coronavirus, let's do all to practice basic precautionary measures. That is washing our hands with soap and running water, practicing social distancing, the use of alcohol-based hand sanitizer, and also staying at home if at all possible. This is where we draw the curtains for Health Watch right here on Campus 360 Live. My name is Nuruddin Rashida. See you same time next week. Bye-bye.
At Nansford University College, you are encouraged to reach your potential.
There is more to education than academics. Nansford University opens your eye to something that will change you forever.
We get from school in here is the urgent desire to step out and make a big difference in the world.
Hello, welcome to Nansford University College, the Royal University of Africa. This is the university affiliated to University of Ghana, Legon, and University for Development Studies. We welcome all students to our campuses because we carve a niche for ourselves. We call ourselves a family. We welcome you to our serene campuses in Accra and Kumasi. We welcome you to our counseling units, which will guide you, help you to take a decision as to what courses you want to take. We also welcome you to this family because we have a very perfect student-lecturer relationship, which would help students to learn better and feel comfortable all around campus. We welcome you to the Nansford University College, the Royal University of Africa. Thank you.
All right, so welcome back. You heard it for yourself, and I'm actually very happy for the pregnant woman who was actually delivered. It's scary,
patient.
you know.
Yes,
it's really scary.
It's so amazing that they've been able to survive from this pandemic. And there was a woman that also got, pushed away when she was infected. I think she was also away from that. She was actually being accepted now from his people. I think it's
stigmatization.
It's
that we condemn.
I think it's so
because
good.
I think it's really
she has
not
also
good.
given birth as well.
I mean, it's no one's fault that they're infected by the virus. You never know. You may have the virus, like I don't know.
It.
But
if I have it, then I've infected you like straight away. Because
can you see the social distancing going on right here? But you know, well, let's move away from the health and let's do some entertainment, because it is a good news. And VGMAs, yes, Charterhouse, they've actually pinned the VGMA to August.
Yes.
Pending, of course, what the government will say about that. And we're hoping that by then the lockdown will have been ceased, because now that we're in right now, on the 31st of May, when the government was addressing the nation, it says that social gathering is still restricted till 31st July. So
and I don't think VGMA would
like
want to risk doing 100 people attendance.
No,
They
wouldn't. It wouldn't.
And it's going to be for 1 hour.
I know, yes.
How will they come about
That's
it? It's
never going to be possible.
It's going to be serious.
So we have the men, or no, not men. I mean, the young lady and
and the man,
fine
the
gentleman.
entertainment gurus. They're actually going to go deeper into the issues of what is actually happening around us in the world of entertainment. So stick and stay. We'll be right back.
Hi guys, welcome to the entertainment and lifestyle segment on Campus 360 Live with me, Wada Mavis Enyanam, and
Feels the _ lab, aka Feels the Entertainer.
Interesting, over the weekend we've had a lot of headlines and entertainment and showbiz, and we are here today to bring things down, to cut things down, and then go details in the most trending and important
news we got for you. So Mavis has said it all. Yes, we are going to be giving you all the updates in the entertainment industry, locally and internationally. So let's dive in and digest all the entertainment news we got for you for today. Are you ready? I hope you're ready. So yes, the first story we got for you for today is coming from Charterhouse. So Charterhouse has finally released a press statement stating that the long-awaited VGMAs, the 21st anniversary, is back on your screens. So it's going to come off on August. So this decision was made by the CEO of Charterhouse, Teresa Ayode, stating that they made this decision after the president eased restriction on movement, and they said they are going to give us the most entertainment. But they have a challenge. The challenge currently they are facing is that most of the times when the normal VGMA is being held in the National or Accra International Conference Center, they sell about 4,000 tickets. Can you imagine? VGMA, they are making a whole lot of money over there. What do you think about that?
Yeah, so let me come in.
Okay.
How do you think this pandemic would affect VGMA's tickets buying and audience?
That's what Ms. Teresa Ayode said, that because their normal revenue they have been gaining every year is 4,000 tickets. That's what, but they are going to conduct and prepare something they don't know the revenue they are going to get afterwards. So it's going to be a big challenge. But she said that we shouldn't worry, but there's going to be a live performance following the normal social distancing protocols in the entertainment industry, and also all the viewers in the diaspora and those who are going to stream online. They are going to create platforms for those people. So you shouldn't worry.
I think we shouldn't worry, because if churches have been able to resume and are having church services, I don't think VGMA, this pandemic, should affect VGMA.
Yeah, because she says they are going to have a live performance over there.
Over there.
Yeah.
All right.
So yes, that is, I know you all will be anticipating for the 21st anniversary of the VGMAs. I I'm a big fan of VGMA, so it's going to be mad and hot, yes. So moving on to the second story I got for you for today. This is coming from the Nothing I Get hitmaker, and he is in the news again. He said during the lockdown, the corona period, plenty celebrities were doing a whole lot of things over there. Yeah, so he said he spent majority of his resources on buying a new car. Can you imagine, Mavis? You spend majority on your research during such
I think most of our celebrities does this most of the time.
Okay.
They end up spending all their money they make in the industry, music industry, whether acting or any other thing they are doing. They end up spending their money on luxurious cars, and at the end of the day, some even don't have a home, a place they call a home, or okay, there can be a story and you can be wiped off at any time. So if you are into show business, and aside show business, you are not investing in any business or anything, at the end of the day, if you don't really watch your steps well in the industry, you can fall in the industry. Yes, so Famia also stated that he didn't invest into the business, rather. He didn't invest into a business that will bring him money, but rather he used it for a car. So that is coming from Famia. And he also stated in an interview stating that their royalties from Gamro are not coming. And the interviewer asked him that why hasn't he joined the musician union association, and he said he didn't see it important to join the union association. What do you think about this? I think Famia is right.
Why is he right?
Because even those who are in the union, whatever, sometimes they come out with funny stories about this union. It's like it's not really, sorry to say, relevant.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think Famia has a point in there for saying...
But he later on said that he joined the union just 5 weeks ago. So
okay.
There is a contradictory statement coming on from Famia. Nothing I get. Yes. So tell us the last story.
Yeah, so let's go straight into the camps of Rough Town. So when the Shay, Rough Town Records signees, walked out on Accra FM during an interview session over questions of her affair with Bullet. So in a viral video, we see Wendy Shay telling the interviewer, which is Nana Romeo.
Interesting.
Who has been hosting the Ayiko mid-morning show on Accra FM. Yeah, over the last 3 weeks, I think he sacked Kiddy from the studio from coming late, and this generated a lot of controversies online. And this particular story has also generated a lot of controversies.
So you can see that that's what he's actually doing on his platform.
Yeah, I think he hits celebrities with questions, sometimes very annoying questions.
So do you think he's being unprofessional in his field of work, or what?
In fact, when you go to Twitter right now, a lot of people, even a lot of celebrities and actors, are really hitting on Nana Romeo and siding for the first time. Ghanaians are siding with Wendy Shay.
Oh, Wendy Shay on the beat. Yes. So finally, people are siding with the Rough Town Records signee Wendy Shay, and she's celebrating her 2 years anniversary. Yes, so 2 years anniversary, and she went to Accra FM to promote her new single in town, celebrating her 2 years anniversary, and she was really bullied by the presenter. I really feel pity for her, and actually, fans on Twitter were really supporting her, and the gender activists, you see, the feminists, they were there, talking plenty here and there. But do you think...
Okay, so presenter repeatedly asked Wendy Shay about rumors of her having an affair with her manager, Bullet. And then Wendy Shay denied that she doesn't have anything to do with Bullet. And then the presenter repeatedly asked her again and again, and even threatened to come out with evidence that Wendy Shay...
That's bullying.
That's bullying, yeah, because you can't just invite an artist into your show and then...
With the purpose of promoting your song, and you want to bully her on your platform, that's very bad.
So this is what Wendy Shay said before leaving the studio. Wendy Shay said, and I quote, "I am not dating Bullet. I don't know why most of the time when I go for interviews, instead of focusing on issues that will bring progress in our music industry, I get questions like, let's focus on Let's focus on artistry, pushing my brand and Ghana music to the international level. She told Nana Romeo, and I brutally ended the interview. And interestingly, Wendy Shea is still in the trending
news, yeah.
Yes, and right now she has come out to say that she has been receiving death threats since she came into the industry when Ebony died.
Yeah. Yeah. She made this revelation on one platform when she was asked why she was receiving this death threat. She said, people said she's here to take the position of Ebony, and that is very bad how Ghanaians would treat such these celebrities in our industry. This is why most of the celebrities give up, the female celebrities, because you have been threatening them in the industry. That's very bad. You know, sometimes I don't understand Ghanaians, because I can't remember when Ebony Reigns came into the system. Yeah. This is what we did. Like, you know, cyberbullying. That she was exposing herself too much. And then when Ebony passed away, may her soul rest in perfect peace, people started talking good and saying all sorts of things about her, which is not fair. I think this is the right time for us to accept Wendy Shea as she is. Yes. So yeah, big ups to Wendy Shea and her team. That's the Rough Town Records team and 2 years celebration. We appreciate you for your hard work in the industry. Uber driver, bedroom commando, a whole lot of songs. And her new single, Emergency, which is actually basing on as she celebrates her 2 years in this industry. Congratulations, Wendy Shea. Wendy Shea. So wrapping up, let me remind you that registration is still going on for the Campus Music Awards. So if you're an artist, a campus artist, this is a chance for you to pick up your nominations forms. This is a chance for you to become the best female artist on campus or vice versa, and so many other categories. So please, this is the chance. Registration is free. Visit www.atcampustv.net and register for free. Yes, and she said it all. We're going to draw the curtains on the entertainment and lifestyle segment. You know, I'll forever be your host, Philster_Lab, with AKA Phils the Entertainer. And I did this with Wade Mavis Enyunam, AKA Assignment GH. And she said it all. Catch you on the flip side.
Well, welcome back. You're still watching Campus 360 Live. If you just joined us, what more to say?
Yes,
not quite. They've missed the whole thing. I mean, we're wrapping up.
And also, yes, legit, you were actually arguing with me on the fact that I actually jog in my room for 1 hour.
Who jogs in your room for 1 hour?
Okay, guys, I use a treadmill, you know, in my room.
Are you now buying it or you have it?
I have it. So actually, I can stand on it and jog for like 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. So it's not like, but I don't find it strange that someone can
jog for 2 hours. You can't jog for 3 hours. You jog for 30 minutes.
Okay, guys, I think you should go on our social media right now and tell me if it's wrong. Like someone, you don't have a treadmill. Can you stand in your room and actually jog yourself out for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 20 minutes or 30 minutes or 1 hour? It's possible, it's achievable, right?
I have no idea what she's talking about. Well, if that's what you do, maybe you can let us know. But now it is time for us to let you know something. That is the Inquiry Minds for the day. And today we asked a very interesting question,
we actually asked you, the more you cut me, the bigger I grow. The more you cut me, the bigger I grow. What am I? And the answer is a hole.
A dugout hole.
You know, a hole. The more you cut me, the bigger I become.
You may use a shovel, you may use a hole.
Yes.
Not the hole, but
it's
a
not
hole.
Even a hole alone. Even when you cut something, the more you cut, the bigger the thing becomes. A normal thing. Even if you cut it.
There was no way I could answer that.
Yes.
I mean,
the more you
I was being honest, but she wasn't.
Oh, why are you saying that? I was honest. I knew it and you didn't know, so keep it like that. The more you cut me, the bigger I become. The answer is a hole.
But
So
if you check on Google
right,
to find out the answer, no problem. We're not mad. I mean, we just like it like that anyways. So, but unfortunately, this is where we have to draw the curtains on today's amazing show. It has been Campus 360 Live right here on Campus TV, ATV, and
before
GNTV.
we actually go, I'd like to alert you young entrepreneur out there that if you have your own business that you want to actually sell out, this is a platform for you to sell your brand, to let your brand known. We are giving you the platform to come here with us and come and sell your product out. So just go on our social media platform and DM us and you'll get the chance to be here to sell your product.
Yeah, so we're waiting on you, but as I said earlier on, we have to wrap up the show for today. It was brought to you by myself, Legit Emmanuel, Nana Brandon. You can follow me on my social media platforms, Legit Emmanuel on Facebook, Legit himself on Instagram and Twitter, Snapchat as well. Miss, you have to go.
Amazing. Okay, and my name is Margaret Barden. You can also follow me on Instagram at margaret.barden_ and on Facebook at Margaret Barden. Let's just get chatting.
Yeah. So stay safe. Remember, we're still not in normal time.
You have to have your
sure.
mask with you wherever you go. Make sure that you don't leave the house without a mask. Always have your mask with you for a safety reason's sake. Just stay safe. We need you alive.
Yeah, we definitely need you alive so that you can make it a point to watch our amazing show next week. Till we meet you there, stay tuned and be good.
It's a bye for now.